question that just came up for me.
Yeah.
So you're focusing on nutrition now as your main healing modality, if you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And what's the results? What do we
Oh
say?
God, I love it.
Can you, without say supporting it with homeopathy or
Mm.
whatever, can you turn around disease
Yeah.
with just nutrition?
Brilliant. Great question. Okay, so that's really, really good. And I'm going to go back to Samuel Hahnemann. Samuel Hahnemann, guys, is the guy who discovered homeopathy. Didn't invent it, discovered it because it was always there. It's just that he had to discover it. And he was back in the day of Mozart, just to kind of put it in some context, about 200 years ago. And and he was rallying, funnily enough, against the modern medicine of his day, which was loads of mercury and purging and leeches and all that sort of nonsense. And he was saying this is nonsense. Why don't we just enhance the body's ability to heal itself? Homeopathy, same disease. Yeah, you just promote the body's ability to heal itself. But one of the things he did say was eliminate obstacles to cure. Okay, so I've been doing
Mm.
homeopathic training for. I might answer your question if you're lucky. He
Yeah.
said,
We'll
eliminate
get you there.
obstacles
We'll
to
get you there.
cure. Okay, and that really resonated. It is pretty obvious, but it really resonated with
Yeah.
me, and so nutrition and homeopathy, which is your question, can work together because if you're feeding a really crap diet and you give a really fabulous remedy, that remedy is probably not going to hold long term because you haven't got the foundation. We're talking about foundations, and
Yeah.
therefore the vital impulse that you give to that body is built on poor foundations and is unlikely to persist because Hahnemann was using homeopathy
Yeah.
with no PFAS, no forever chemicals, no
Yeah.
vaccination, no microplastics, no glyphosate, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
rubbish that we are bathing in, bad light, LED lights and all that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
He didn't know it. So for him, you give a remedy and boom, boom, you can be
Yeah.
miraculous change. Now we are wading through a swamp
Yeah.
of badness in
And one
environmental
of the
badness
simple things to change
is the
for
food.
people is the food. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
It's
you
within
could
our
there's
control. Yeah.
good food, there's bad food, but food is something you can change. And uh as far as dogs are concerned, most dogs eat abysmally. I mean, most people don't eat that great, but you take that to the next level. That's how dogs eat. Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
fed ultra processed food twice a day for their entire life or their
Yeah.
entire life stage at the very least, you
So
pick up.
are you
Yeah.
taking in like a lot of clients coming to you, you are actually taking them from that they're on kibble and not thriving, and you move them over to raw, to cooked, to
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a clause in the introductory thing is that I'm going to find it really difficult to work with you if you insist on staying with raw food, with cooked, with kibble
Kibble.
or ultra processed food.
Processed food, yeah.
Yeah, because what's the point? Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's like
totally. Yeah.
it's you're dragging the ship into the right sea and you're letting the ship adrift and you're not putting an
Yeah.
anchor down to keep it
Yeah.
in the right
Yeah.
environment for for
Yeah.
for that for that animal.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yes, I think that food really is fundamental. I think that Hahnemann would agree with that. He even talks about
Yeah.
food in
Yeah,
the
no,
organon.
absolutely. But
Um,
I'm just curious because, usually it's food, obviously within how I teach too, it's all
yeah,
about you got to change the food.
yeah,
You got to look at the food.
yeah,
And then, but also, yeah, the environment, and we're giving them the oils and the self-selection and all of
yeah,
that, reducing the stress.
yeah.
So that's what is my question here, actually. Um, but so you see the food as central and then the other stuff that you do around it as well, or is that enough? Is it enough? That's what I'm trying to ask. Is
Is it
changing the
is the
food
food enough?
getting you the results you want by itself?
It's very often, I think, is probably the fairest way of answering that. There are cases that
Yeah.
are I mean,
Yeah.
I will use herbs, I will use homeopathics. Very rarely I might even use drugs, but I find that the mainstay these days is the nutrition.